Hi, and welcome to another video on how to navigate your way around LearnBryan, the new learning management system. In this video, we're going to take a look at the home page and navigate through the different things that you can do from this particular page. We're going to start with the top couple bars here and then make our way through the other lower sections of the screen. But the first thing we're going to start with is over here on the left, and you're going to see a house icon right below the Bryan logo there. This is going to be the button that takes you to your home page from anywhere within the learning management system. So if you're in your classes, if you're in any other section of the web page and you need to come back to your home page, you can click this button and it will bring you there. Obviously, clicking it now is not going to take us anywhere. Right above that, you're going to see the insignia for your university, and to the right of that, this is where you're going to see the profile that you're logged in under. So this should be your name showing up here. When you click on this, you'll see your personal information that has been entered, but you cannot actually alter this information from this screen. You're going to need to go elsewhere to do that, and we'll go over that in a later tutorial. So this is going to be where your name is displayed and your image once you've loaded one. And farther to the right in this same bar, there's a question mark in a box, and this is the application help button. The help tutorials that you'll be linked to here, these are going to apply to all of LoudCloud as a whole. And we're using LearnBryan, which is a customized version of LoudCloud. So not all of these videos are going to actually show you a LoudCloud that looks like what you're used to. They may not be as useful for you as the tutorials provided by Bryan University. And to the right of this question mark, you have the log out button. So when you're done with working within the learning management system, you can click here to log completely out. Down below, there are a couple important sections of this screen that give you a lot of information right up front without even having to go into any of your classes. The first thing on the left is going to be the events bar. So within this box, this is going to tell you what events you have coming up for the rest of the day. For this particular day, this profile doesn't have any events going on, but if there were a synchronous class coming up in a few hours, we'd be seeing that here, and we'd also be seeing due dates for anything that's going to need to be turned in today. And this event box can also be filtered to show certain kinds of events. So if we wanted to only see the events for our classes, then we could uncheck the rest of these boxes here, and the only thing we'd be seeing would be the class events. Or we could, just look at the class schedule we have, so the times that we actually have sessions. So this can be customized by you. On your student end, it can also be customized quite a bit. Next over, we have the grading tasks box. And for your students, this is going to be where they're going to see the assignments that are coming up due and the assignments that are past due. On your end, what you're going to see is work that still needs to be graded. And so here we see a list of the assignments, the discussion questions, participation, and quizzes, everything that's a category of assignment in the classes, and we're seeing what needs to be graded still. This can also be customized. We can click on this All Classes button, and this will give us the option of filtering out some of the classes that we're teaching. So if we wanted to see just the grading tasks left for a particular class, we could unselect those classes we didn't want to see stuff from, and we'd be able to. You can also filter this by the type of task. So if we open the All Tasks bar here, then we can filter out what kind of assignments we're seeing here. So if today we are planning on just grading discussion questions, then we could unhighlight everything else and focus just on the discussion question assignments. The next box over, this is going to be your messages box, important messages. This will have both class updates and updates for the broader institution. And when we look at this particular profile, we see zeros in this little orange box next to each of these. But if there were incoming updates, then we'd be able to see how many there were right here. And then to check to see what those are, we could click on the plus icon and open those up. It would give us a list of those icons, of those updates. The same would apply to the institution updates, but those are separated so that it's easy for both the teachers and the students to keep track of what's happening at an institutional level versus what the updates are for the class. Then below that, this is where we finally get to our classes. And from the title of any of these classes, we can go into the page specifically for that class. Right now, we have current classes highlighted, but if we wanted to see the classes that we have coming up next semester, then we could click on the Future Classes button here and go into those web pages. We could also look at our previous classes by clicking on the Past Classes button here, and since we have not yet implemented this, we don't see any there, but under Current we have several different classes, and we can track a lot about each of these classes just from this page. So we have the name of the class and the link to it here at the top. Then we can also look at the performance in this class. From the teacher's end, what they're going to see is going to be the cumulative grade of the students in the class when they click on this. For the students, they'll actually be able to see how well they're doing in that class currently. And below that, we can see the start date for the course, followed by the end date. And the bar below that is going to actually indicate how far along you are in the semester. So we can see from looking at this bar that there's really only 1 week left to get work done. So a student who has fallen a little bit behind in the class and is trying to get caught up can see that there's not much time left to do that right here. So we can look at any of this information from any of for any of these classes here, and then we can also click on these arrows at the bottom right hand corner of that particular class in order to enter that class web page. So there are two ways to get into the class from here, either through clicking on the title itself or at the bottom of that box clicking on the Enter Class icon. So this is pretty much everything that you'll need to know to navigate your way around the home page once you've logged into LearnBryan.